Hello Pisces, welcome to your reading for January to February. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or wherever you have Pisces in your chart. We do all have the 12th house in our chart, so you could also, if you feel like you are resonating with this, check what your 12th house is. All right, so this is for Pisces. Pisces, my favorite water sign. Scorpios definitely intrigue me, but Pisces are my soul sisters, my soul tribe. Not to put a gender on it. Pisces are the unknown, so they are very tapped into the intuition. They are also have the ability to go into different realms, so that is where the intuition comes from. So sometimes misunderstood, right? Because being tapped in is a blessing and also can be a curse, because can be a little ridiculed by others who don't understand, right? It sounds silly, or could sound. So sometimes feeling not belonging, but when you have a gift, or when you have some kind of, let's say like a royalty, you know, something like that really makes you different than everybody else, even if it's something that exudes something loving, beautiful, right? Like magical. There still is that feeling of disconnect, right? We all want to be understood, and especially Pisces, because they're a water sign, very sensitive, kind. All right. Sometimes swimming within the unknown can feel dark and lost, right? But there is obviously something so beautiful about the energy. It is the 12th house. It's the final zodiac. It's where we go after our body is no longer our vessel. So the after death and before life. So that is, I mean, if you think about that, is very powerful, right? But can also feel like taking on a lot of emotion, right? So very tapped in. You also feel a lot, not always even your own emotion, right? And sometimes, yeah, sometimes you have to, juggling the two petals, sometimes needing to really understand what your energy is and somebody else's. So to not energetically, not get a hangover after people. Or if you do feel that, it really wants to pop out, you really need to, not disregard, but you really need to put these energies into different places, right? Okay, why do I feel this way? Is this my energy? Is this something else? And I mean, just that awareness of not feeling like this extra sense of emotion, of overwhelming emotion, and not knowing why, you know, we just end up taking it on. So, yeah, know that energy is contagious, right? So, being tapped in is great when you're doing your inner work, but I feel like when it comes to the outer world, right? It can be school, it could be friend groups, it could be just being in society, right? Like non-conforming, sometimes asking too many questions about, well, why is it like this? You know, well, that doesn't make sense. Kind of like almost not questioning, but feeling like you want to understand something. And I feel like creates a lot of curious questions, you know, not purposely trying to debate or trying to stir up problems, but I feel like that curious mind that thinks outside the box sometimes asks questions where it really dupes people. Like, I don't know why, it's just that's the way it is, you know, you get, right? And that is the energy of just accepting, yeah, this is the answer, this is the way it is. And it's that sabotage of, you know, the devil doesn't want you to think for yourself, doesn't want you to be free spirit, wants you to be locked down with the beliefs and with the fairy tales and the painted on glitter, you know, making something look good, sound good. So that free thinker, the philosopher, the scientist, the one who wants to step outside of the perimeters sometimes gets ridiculed, but there is such powerful positives to that as well, right? Once you get to adjust to the awakening and you see the success and the Six of Wands. So before the Six of Wands is Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is that inner battle or inner struggle, conflict, or with other people, kind of like trying to build sticks to build something, and the conflict is not working together, right? Bumping heads. So there's the victory within or without that energy of conflicts, right? Rising above, choosing not to sacrifice your happiness to prove a point. You know, sometimes we just choose not to put ourselves in conflicts, right? We just excuse ourselves from that energy. All right, so you feel yourself getting like that. The ant, I don't have my spirit, my animal spirit, but the fire ants, right? It's all kind of like the fire ants are all going towards one, and it's like almost like fighting and debating and kind of crawling over each other and follow the leader, you know? So Six of Wands is you've grown from this, you've grown from the experiences, and realizes that outer conflicts and by wrapping ourselves up in that energy, it actually comes down to, why am I doing that? You know, you have to ask yourself. We can't always understand why other people do things. We can really only understand and break down what we're doing and how we can strategize to make bold moves for our own wisdom, our own intelligent choices. You know, this is choosing to own your own energy and to pull back from things. And sometimes when we pull back, others may think, oh, what, you know, like, are you, you know, and kind of challenge you, you know what I mean? And even more so. And the King of Swords is very cutthroat, cuts people out, very logical, but isn't with the sword, this has nothing to do with fighting, not up for battle. Holds strong in his power of what he can do with the sword, so it doesn't have to use it, doesn't want to use it, you know, doesn't need to. I didn't even notice that there's crows in this card. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that bat. What is that? I don't know if it's a bat or like a flying something. Look at that thing there. You can see it. Okay, back up a little bit. See where I'm pointing right here. So definitely soaring to new levels. The vision, oh, because bats, they see in the dark, right? Not using your voice to yell and scream and to get your point across. It's not about being that bully, not being that instigator, or but almost like too wise, too intelligent. You know, you notice that very intelligent people, emotionally, I wouldn't say like book smart, you know, but someone that's very wise as has grown, you know, very mature energy, doesn't really yell. They don't really get amped up by conflicts easily. They don't get stirred up, because I feel like when you're reacting that easily to things, even if it's not your fault, you know, it's the other person. But that again is an easy way to pass something off. Oh, it was the other person. But it's still two people arguing. It doesn't matter who started it. So this is like kind of like you smirk and walk away, you know, with your sword. Not needing to use it. You have it. You know what you can do with it. But has that self-control. Self-control to use their energy somewhere else, their intellect, their a good communicator. So it can kind of just shut it down with a couple words. You know what I mean? Kind of shut that person up. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so the King and the Queen, air and earth. It's Taurus and Gemini. I forgot for a second who I'm reading for. Oh my gosh. Pisces, wow. Okay, so Pisces. And I was saying everyone has the 12th. So this could definitely be a collective reading. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do here yet. I'm going to keep going with it and see what the cards show me. I'm going to do the Moonology, and that'll kind of show me. I'm going to see what comes out. And I mean, if there's some Pisces energy, I'm going to definitely take that. But so far, I don't even see any water. 7 of Pentacles. All right, so within the core, the heart, your energy, where you are right now, is you're standing strong with this King of Swords. Or this is someone in your energy. But I feel like, it's masculine or feminine, I feel like you have the power to not react, the power to invest your time wisely. Not when you speak words of power. Like you don't just speak for nonsense. You don't waste your time with foolishness. There's a strong leader when it comes to logic, being very logical, strategic. The owl, so it's perception. Like you can see all around you. You know what I mean? It's like you have that sense. So it's like you can react really quickly. So there's a lot going on around you, and it's almost like you're calm. You're calm within the air, and air is very fast. And Gemini is feminine and masculine. So this could be you're a little bit more towards the masculine right now, and but you're growing. You've grown from the situation, and these situations have shown you not who you are all the time, not always cutthroat, or not always head over heart, but I feel like right now at this time there's a need for you to be speaking from a place of clarity. Very mentally strong. So it's not too many people that can break this energy. It's like you have learned to see past situations. Like you're in a higher elevation, a higher energy, where you just don't really get triggered by the lower jibber jabbers, right? We have the 5 of Wands. I was I just saying the 5 of Wands? Yeah, so that's all about conflict. So this is kind of like coming out of those times, you know, trying to get to the top. But sometimes it's like you're fighting against your own self. There's a need to work with your actions are your actions. Yeah, your actions are, I feel like this is like slowing down, you know, not as fast to climb up and get to the fire and react. You know, when you have the fire, it's almost like breathe, like a dragon breathing fire. Someone says something and it's like, rah, the fire goes off. So I feel like this is like, okay, something's starting to upset you. There's conflict going on. It's starting to really, something's irritating you, triggering you. And I feel like it's almost like this King of Swords is kind of like, no, wait, I'm not going to react. I'm going to be calm. Owning your mind, having that, the mindset to be able to excuse yourself, you know, and not react. Almost like to come back to a deeper knowing, clarity, wisdom. And it's like you are, yeah, we have the world. You're closing cycles. That's what this is, the King of Swords. You've elevated to this energy. And I feel like usually in Pisces is extremely, extremely sensitive and kind. And they would never have the energy of the King of Swords. Well, usually. So this is good for you, right? Because very nurturing energy can sometimes get pushed around, you know. And it can cause a lot of anger and a lot of disruptions within you, you know. And it can come out as lashing out even at other people. Not intentionally, but like passion. You know, you get frustrated and passion. And so I feel like this is like you're taking a deep, like you're really deep, I can't think of the word. Like you're reflecting, deep reflection. And it's like you're solving a problem within your mind of how, and it's like you are realizing that there is something that you can do to take yourself out of the situation. You know, that even you are part of the problem because you're allowing yourself to get to that point. Why are other people triggering you so much? The Five of Wands, you know, like, this is something that's needing to change within you that's being triggered. So with this crow here, the crow's transformation, the crow brings in awareness. It brings in the energy of the shadows. But the shadows that bring you wisdom and truth. Maybe clear, like truth that you don't want to hear. It's always it's like a unsettling truth, but it's a deep retrospective of yourself where you can kind of like sit with that energy and see clearly. You know, you can see here it's very clear. But with all this, all these animals, these spirits, why is animals too? These animals are birds. They all seem to be, oh, what was that? A moth? Dragonfly? Huh. Yeah, so what has bounded you in the past to behavioral patterns or bound you to just certain emotions you had about other people? I feel like you're no longer bound to that. You cut yourself free, able to move in a different way and treat people accordingly, you know? Not to give people time and energy, not to even give them any ideas to think that they are able to trigger you. So you're seeing above the situations. And this is allowing you to grow. This part of the cycles of the Queen of Pentacles, where she's growing, she's abundant. And this is that slow abundance, right? Slow and steady from the ground, from the roots. Starting, looking back and seeing what the root of the problem was. I feel like you're stuck in the inside having this internal battle within of maybe having people your whole life not seeing you for who you were. So I feel like reacting is almost a defense mechanism. So you don't allow people to walk all over you. But this is the growth within those challenges. That was not yours to take on. Yours to take on was to remain soft and not to close off your heart completely. So it's freeing yourself from that poor me, you know, like, and I feel like it is hard to digest sometimes things, you know, like that Nine of Swords, like the mental cage, the bird cage. When you're meant to be free, you're meant to create new ideas, new ways of investing, and new ways of seeing through. Not being stuck like the koi fish in the water, you know, where they swim round and round. This is, and with the world, right? So it's like you're completing those cycles and you're realizing that there is such a vast ocean, vast, profound depths of water to discover. You're not meant to just swim round and around in the same circle.